In this video, we're going to talk about investing money. Now, one of the biggest things that people don't do is they don't invest. They actually save money. You've probably been taught this concept of saving money for a rainy day. Well, you don't want to do that. Why? Because if you want to save money, it's going to take you a long time to save up a lot of money. But if you invest money, what happens is you can multiply it faster. That's one of the things I want to talk about in this video training right now. And if this is the first time you come across me, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all the future videos on investing your money. So the first thing I want you to think about is, people always ask me, well, John, what can I invest my money in? Well, when you're investing money, a lot of people put them in liabilities. So what is a liability? A liability is something that goes down in value. And you may think that the home that you own is a asset, right? Because the opposite of liability is an asset. So what we want to actually invest our money in is assets. So assets are things that increase in value. So for example, you can buy classic cars that increase in value. But if you buy a car, it's a liability because it goes down in value. So you have to look for the special models. Like watches, if you buy specific watches, like a Rolex Daytona, for example, and by the way, when you watch this, if you walk into any watch shop and you ask to buy a Rolex Daytona, it will be almost near impossible to buy one because they just all sold out. But you can go in and buy a Rolex Daytona, make 50% in your money the day after if you really wanted. So you've got to look at different assets that you want to buy when you're investing money. Now, I think one of the biggest problems that people do, and it's not your fault, because when we were kids, we were given bits of money and for doing chores. And when we got our pocket money, what's the first thing we did? We went and spent it all. So we've always been trained to spend money. So there are actually, when we talk about investing money, there are three types of people. You're either a investor. So the investor is always looking for ROI. ROI stands for return on investment. So quite often I see people always say to me things like, oh, it's too expensive. From now on, I never ever want you to use the word it's too expensive. All right? What I want you to use is, if I put my money into something, is there a possibility of a return on investment? And if the answer is no, you should not spend that money. All right? Well, then you think, well, John, where should I spend my money then? You see, what the order in which we should do it in, we should become an investor, okay? Because the investor will multiply our money. And then once we are multiplying the money, then the second part of this, let me do this different color. The second part of this is our investor. They won't go from investor to a spender. Now you can spend your money. So before you spend money, you need to invest your money, because if you spend your money, guess what's going to happen? It won't come back. Whereas if I'm investing, my investing money is making money over and over and over and over again. For example, I have a lot of online businesses that make me recurring income. So it doesn't matter if I spend it all, because next month it's coming back. Whereas if most people, they work in a job, they don't they spend the money, and now they have to work in a job to make the money back. And so that's a big problem, because if you lose your job, you're finished. So that's why you need to become an investor first rather than a spender, right? And so one of the biggest things that you can invest in is yourself, right? So you can invest in your health so you can live longer and have more energy. You can invest in this. This is your biggest asset around. This is your biggest bank account that you can spend your money on right now. Most people won't blink an eyelid to spend $5,000 to go on a cruise, but when you ask them to spend $5,000 to go on a course, or spend $5,000 to hire a consultant into your organization, they go, whoa! They just can't see it as an investment. But the truth of the matter is that you're going to spend more than that anyway. You're going to spend the money anyway. The question is, what are you going to spend it on? So the order in which we should do this in is investor for ROI, and then once we made some money, now we can spend it on the silly things like the Lamborghinis and the holidays and whatever things that you would like to waste your money on. So you can waste your money on. That's what spending is. Spending is wasting money. Spending is you spend it, nothing comes back, right? Investing, it always comes back, right? So again, one of the things I own a lot of properties right now, and every single property is renting out. So now from the rent minus the mortgage, the difference becomes my profit. As I'm talking to you right now, passive income is coming in. I'm not even managing my properties. The excess income that I have, I pay that money to somebody and I pay them to manage the headache of that, so I don't have to be there managing it, right? So that's why an investor is always looking at ROI. If I pay somebody, a 30 or 40, 50,000 pound salary, whatever, the question is, can they make me more than that, or can they save me enough time in order for me to gain more in my other business activities? So investing, spending, and the last one, which I'll share with you, which this is the order it should be doing. Before I go into the last one, by the way, if you're enjoying this, do me a favor, just type in yes below, and also as well, hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, because I'll be creating more videos on how to earn more income and how to make more money and invest your money, and different strategies that I personally use in different business models. All right, so the last one is you're either an investor, you're a spender, or you are a saver, right? Now, in the past, I will say that saving money is not good if that's the only thing that you're doing. Right, so you've probably seen on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram the way, or Facebook, I'll link my social media profiles below. But I always talk about, like, when you're saving money is not doing anything. Like, if all you're doing is saving right now, your money is in the bank, and actually you're losing money because inflation is going up. Like, £1 million today is actually not worth much compared to what it was, like 10 years ago, right? So when you look at this model, you got to think about, okay, so, well, John, what am I actually doing? Am I spending more money? Am I saving more money? Or am I an investor? And I can guarantee most of you are here or here, and none of you are, or very few of you are here. Because when you put money into investing, you have to bite the bullet of instant gratification. People that want things straight away will do here. I want to buy the car, they go and spend the money. I want to buy the new handbag, they spend the money. I want to buy that new outfit, they spend the money, right? And it's no good hoarding the money as well, because you can't take it to the grave with you, right? So you got to do something with it. And that's why you should always become an investor first. All the money that you'll be earning needs to be put into investments that multiply, that will give you money to spend, and the excess of that you save. That's the right way it should be done. And I think most people, when they are saving money, like they've been saving, like the money strategy they've been taught is completely not fit for today's society. So this is the way that we should do it. Imagine if you'd have put £10,000 into Google years ago, or Facebook, or Netflix, all these companies that have done really, really well. You only had to invest it in 4 companies, and that would have, give you a 10 times return on your investment without doing anything. So you got to learn exactly how to do this. And again, that's why if you really love this content, you want to learn more about this, if you click the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, I'll be creating more videos. And if you turn those on right now, then you won't miss out on all the new content that I produce. So if you have any questions of what I've talked about, then do me a favor, comment below, and I answer all of my comments on social media as much as I can do, depending on how many they are. So if you leave a comment below, there'll be a good chance of me personally answering that question, okay? And also, if you love this, I'm gonna link another video here. So if you look at the video, there'll be another video here. So you can check that video out, and it'll teach you more stuff on money management and income production and wealth creation. Bye for now.